Alright, how's it going everybody? So, a brand new dungeon came out, and I haven't made a video on it yet. So, I think you know what we're gonna do today. Well, you probably guessed right. We're gonna be speedrunning Shattered Throne because the new dungeon is meant to do solo. And we'll talk about the new dungeon. And once again, when I say speedrun, I mean that very loosely. Very, very loosely as a matter of fact. Yeah, very, very loosely. However, it's still a speedrun if I try to go fast. And I already fucked up. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new dungeon solo. And you know, I don't mind it with 3 people. I think it's actually pretty good with 3 people, but solo, it's just not particularly great. And this is coming from a guy who already has the ghoul title. I have the solo flawless emblem. I don't hate the dungeon, I just don't like it solo. I'll get into why. We have a lot of time. If you expect me to get the world record in this speedrun, you are oh so terribly wrong. My speedrun is just a normal run for a regular speedrunner. Alright, so why do I hate the new dungeon? Let's get into it. Now, a big part of dungeons, for me personally, is the solo experience. And I judge them a lot off of that experience. And the solo experience of the brand new dungeon sucks. It's so boring, man. I can't lie to you. It is so boring. Because the fucking bosses have more health than Nezarec. It's just boring and annoying to do the dungeon solo. Like, the first boss isn't that bad, although he has, like, what, 20 million health or something like that? I could be wrong. It might not be 20 million health, but I've read he has 20 million health. And you know what? I believe it. I fucking believe it. It sure feels like... Alright, game. Alright, that's fine. That is alright. That's alright with me. But yeah, the first boss isn't that bad, although he has 20 million health, like I said before. However, it still takes a few more phases than I would like. But the second boss, it's so fucking annoying. Like, it takes forever to beat that boss. And I know that I could, like, optimize, and I could probably get it in 4 phases, maybe 3 if I really optimize. I just don't feel like doing that, because if I'm getting into survivability, because they decide, hey, you know what'd be a good counter to power creep is if we spawn in a fucking nuke, then, you know, I don't care. You know, making the bosses have 20 million health is not going to make me not be basically invincible on, like, a bunch of different... Ow, that was bad timing. So yeah, that's a big part of why I'm not a big fan of the dungeon. It's just because, like, the bosses having so much health just makes it such a slog to do. And then, you know, on Solar Titan 2, I got nuked a couple times by the moths because, surprise, surprise, even with basically unlimited healing, you still can't survive a nuke. And you know, that's what they were going for, is to prevent the power creep. So what they did is just made it so that, you know, it's kind of hard to actually survive that. But then even so, I moved over to Arc Hunter with Assassin's Cowl, and then guess what? When I go invisible, and, you know, one-shot melee everything, it's kind of hard for the moths to actually see me and find me because they just de-aggro and go and heal somebody. And then, you know, I beat it first try. Because the hardest thing in this dungeon is not any of the enemies. The hardest thing is my ADHD. Because my favorite thing ever is, you know, when I'm going into the room to go and get the symbol and everything. And I'm telling myself, I'm like, okay, don't forget to check the symbol. Don't forget to check the symbol. Don't forget to check the fucking symbol. I'm telling myself that 5 seconds later, I've forgotten it. That's the hardest thing for me because it's unforgiving. Even when I'm on my medication, it's like, I'll forget it. So I had to really ingrain that in my brain, and that's why it took me so long to actually beat the dungeon solo flawless. I think it took me until Tuesday to beat it, just because it was so hard to remember to check those symbols. Like, I'll be going into the rooms and I'll be like, okay, don't forget to check the symbol. Don't forget to check the symbol. 5 seconds later, I'm going out of the methane into that room. And I'm like, oh, that new Weekend song is really good. And it is pretty good. However, I don't need to be focusing on that. I need to be focusing on the symbol and checking the symbol. So yes, that is the most annoying part, which, you know, I've got to say, Bungie, weaponizing my ADHD as a, you know, a mechanic in this. No, but in all seriousness, that is genuinely the hardest part about that. And then the next part is that when you fuck up your solo flawless run, you have to go all the way back through that, like, swimming part, and it's really annoying, and it's really long, and it's really boring. I may have said boring twice there. I don't know. I don't know if that shows you how boring it is. Either way, it's really boring. It was cool the first time when you saw, like, oh, the hive ship, the Lucent hive ship, that's cool and all. What is it doing there? But then after a while, it's like, wow, this fucking sucks. It wouldn't be nearly as bad if there was, like, a skip to it that they implemented that you could utilize after the first one, but lo and behold, there isn't. So that's, you know, that's my feelings on that. And, you know, since I'm only done the first encounter, I'm being very slow. This is very far from speedrunning. I got a tiger spite. Let's go. the main part about the most recent dungeons for me is that they don't feel the same as previous dungeons in my opinion. Like if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But Prophecy had the perfect balance of like difficulty and also making it so that it doesn't feel like a complete fucking snooze fest to do, so you're not just hiding all the time or doing damage all the time because the bosses have like 20 million health. Prophecy fit that perfectly, and that's why I like it so much, and that's why I run it so much. And there's a reason why I run all of these older dungeons so much instead of the newer dungeons, and that's because I think that they're just better. You know, dungeons up until, I would say Grasp personally, but I really don't like the second encounter in Grasp of Avarice. So that's like an iffy one. Are my personal favorite. Hey buddy, chill. Hold your horses. Hey, you dick. I think that dungeons up until Grasp of Avarice, probably are like the prime. Hey, what's up? It's Editor Foamy here. And you know when I'm out, that I talked for a long time and I don't feel like editing it all the way down. So, let me summarize here what I said. Basically, I think that Shattered Throne has too little health on both of its bosses. I think that Pit of Heresy has too little health on its final boss, although better than Shattered Throne. Quite a bit better. It's closer to what I think should be the health of a final boss. I think that Prophecy's first boss has too little health, but its second boss, its final boss, has a good amount of health, and I think that that's around, like, the perfect amount for a final boss. And Grasp of Avarice has, like, pretty much the gold standard health bar for bosses, I think. And same with Duality. But I also don't like Duality, so that's why that one's not in the prime of dungeons. I also voice cracked there, so I'm gonna get back to the video. Okay, thank you. Bye. Oops. Maybe I should have brought something a little bit different. Okay, this is gonna be shit. Because I'm a big stupid idiot dumbass at this game. And I'm just gonna immediately... That was... I thought, and then you know what I mean. If I just, you know, thought with my brain for a little bit more than 1 single second, I would have easily gotten the one phase. However, I just remembered now I'm not that smart. Okay, cool. God, that was terrible. Like, that was just depressingly bad. I can't even lie to you. Well, I don't really know what else to do now that I'm kinda done that speech. I guess we just do Shattered Throne. I'm kinda doing shit on my speedrun. I mean, I guess as soon as I switched to Titan, I was like, I don't care about the speedrun. I'm just doing Shattered Throne. Alright, come on. Yep, thank you very much. Oh, thank you too. Oh, thank you for letting me reproc my god mode on you. Oh, thank you as well. You know, if Tiger Engine was as broken as these armchair developers say it is, my PC would have exploded by now, just from, like, popping all these sunspots here. Yeah, we love Wardcliffe Coil. Yes, we do. Oh, you're not dead. Fucking Wardcliffe, man. Holy shit. How long was that? 27 minutes. That was just not a speedrun at all. Okay, cool. Well, it wasn't really a speedrun, but it is what it is. I got to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I got done Shattered Throne, you know, for my, like, 7th video because I don't like the new dungeons. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, go fuck yourself.